what's really exciting about I'm getting back to this power conversation, is that the world is ours again. It doesn't seem like it. It is a constant war, because when you think about things like, when you think about internet technology or security and so on, I know because I've seen plenty of it online. I've read plenty of articles, seen many things that show that we are indeed being spied on in many different ways, whether it's your TV, whether it's Alexa, whether it's your phones. That is a power that is concentrated in the hands of a few. See, it's always evolving, the sort of power between the few and the many. And in a weird way, sorry about that, guys. In a weird way, you've got this incredible concentration of power that's evolved over the last, 20 years in terms of social media. You've got your Amazons, your Facebooks, and so on and so forth, which is quite alarming when you think about it. There was a hearing in Washington some time ago where they had the four main guys: Google, Amazon, and whoever the other guys are, the big four. And listening to them answer the questions, they sounded quite robotic, especially the Facebook guy. And when I listened very carefully and I watched pretty much all of it, and I was like, these guys aren't answering any questions. They're saying a lot of answers that lawyers have prepped them for, which means they're hiding something. Now, it isn't necessarily bad what they're hiding. They might be hiding stuff because if they give in information, the media will leap on it and they'll be like, oh, you're trying to run the world. Here's the truth. These companies need information. And yes, they are providing free services. And that does mean that you are the product. And as someone who has a YouTube channel and other things, having analytics to know who, where, what, why of people are interested and what's good, what works, what doesn't, is invaluable. And it actually ultimately can make the product better for the consumer. If we don't know anything about anything, then how will we ever know? And people want information. Is that bad, really? In of itself? Whatever, I've just got up. In and of itself? No. And so you've got to, again, find that balance. If companies want 30% of 25 to 35s like this thing in our product, but they need to know that. How will they know? And often a lot of the changes and things that make our lives easier have come about from having these companies having this kind of information. So then you get into this point of, well, what difference does it make now if they know not the deep information, which is what they maintain that they have got done, that they don't know your deep information? That's questionable. But they know overall information, like your age or what things you like or whatever. And I think you get to that point where you're like, does it matter? Well, that's a deeper question. But my point that I'm saying is, in one way, these companies have been harvesting information, and there is a way of taking you down, or if not taking you down, isolating you, working out everything you do based on your digital footprint. That's alarming, because that means if someone comes after you, there's a lot out there that can be done. You can protect yourself in many ways, but there is that. But the likelihood, I suppose, of that happening to someone normal walking around the street who, isn't in politics or whatever, or big business or whatever, is probably very low. And so there is that element of it, but there's also another element that these devices and these websites such as Facebook, Twitter, whatever, have created a connection between the people of the world that we've never seen before. People are talking, and for the most part, they're talking freely. There are, ups and downs to that, but for the most part, they're talking freely to each other and exchanging ideas and finding solace in each other and finding other people, like-minded people, which is bringing such unity in a weird way to the world. There is war, there is fighting, there is constant political wranglings. But aside from that, I'm very buoyed by the fact I see such unity out there. People, a lot of normal thinking people think much the same. We're going to carry on with this in the next video. But for now, I'm going to have some more coffee, and I'll speak to you later. Bye, 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 bye.